Thanks for joining us on Valley News Live as March Madness continues even into April. Here is a look at some of the headlines we want you to pay attention to. Our storm begins tomorrow, but the worst of the conditions will take place anywhere from late morning and into the early afternoon hours. So still some time to take care of a few of these things on the checklist. If you are a rancher taking care of those livestock, we're going to be sheltering for a northeast wind early, but the real strong ones that last for the better part of a day and a half will come from the north and northwest. Keep that in mind. That's going to cause our drifting concerns. Again, if you look at these lower numbers on the ranges, that means a good bet for 8 inches in purple, a good bet for 12 inches in the pinks here, with some areas picking up even more. I expect a heavy band that'll be over 15 inches in places. Keep that in mind. Almost all of our major towns here, Grand Forks, Fargo, both in the pink, both stand a great chance at seeing a foot. Likewise, in the Devil's Lake Basin, right down into the James and Cheyenne River valleys. Also, Sisseton Hills, well, you guys always get the good business with the elevated terrain enhancing things there. Rapidly diminishing amounts where we're going to see some mixed precipitation to the south and east in the form of, again, accumulating ice. Best chance of that tomorrow evening into the night hours. Right now, we're quiet. Temperatures are in the teens in the Devil's Lake Basin. With the north winds today and the cold temperatures below freezing, we had very icy roads in the north. That continues. Areas of fog that at times were under 1/4 of a mile in Detroit Lakes area, so keep that in mind. Our snow chances appear to be ramping up here with the radar, but when we look down to the south and to the west, the Black Hills toward the I-90 corridor is where things are getting fired up, and that's the main event. First thing in the morning as you rise and shine, we'll see a few flakes just beginning down near the South Dakota border. That spreads northward. Here's the midday hour. Notice it's just now pushing into the I-94 corridor. So best chance of snow in Fargo to Jamestown all the way out towards Detroit Lakes will be in the early afternoon. So not much accumulation yet. And the wind, 15 to 30 miles per hour, but the real gusts are on their way. The bands of heavy snow will be inputting their way in from the south. And as we head into the afternoon, here we have widespread snow, heavy bands moving through southeast North Dakota. Our southeast counties here and southwest ones will have a chance at starting to see some of those blizzard conditions taking hold and significant accumulations by the drive home. So keep that in mind. Be where you want to be late morning to early afternoon. After that, the wind takes hold. It shifts and becomes northerly going through the overnight with bands of heavy snow passing throughout. Here's a snapshot at Wednesday morning. Now the wind is shifting to northerly, and check this out. Bands of heavy snow continuing through northwest Minnesota in particular, and these winds just rip. And we're going to see these little streams or lines, bands, if you will, of snow that develop. And sometimes these things will be persistent for hours and hours, adding to the snow totals. You can keep the latest on road conditions, closings, interactive radars, and our video forecast updates that we put out throughout the day, right there in your fingertips as we go through the storm system. First alert weather days continue through Wednesday. Some will have impacts into Thursday morning. 29 degrees as temperatures will stay in the 20s with this storm continuing. Now, as we go towards Good Friday, things look a lot quieter. Your Easter Sunday looking delightful with temperatures back on the melting trend. We are expecting quieter weather. I cannot rule out a sprinkle of rain here or there, but check out these temperatures, meaning the melting will take hold. And now our attention, once we get through this storm, will be towards, well, when is all of this mess going to melt, and what does it mean for rivers in your backyard? We'll tell you this much as we get into the latter part of the week. Here was our forecast. With the perfect melting conditions, we'll see lower amounts, but because we're adding a lot of moisture, and with that warm forecast, I think it's game on for the beginning or the trigger of the melting cycle, and that means a rapid melt and likely higher readings. We'll keep you updated with the latest river forecasts from the River Forecast Center and the National Weather Service office, and our take on what we're seeing here as we go through the warm-up.
Switching gears quickly.
It looks that way, indeed. Yep.